Hello Formula One and IndyCar fans. Today is Memorial Day, May 25th, 2020. As we all know, yesterday was supposed to be the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500 and the Monaco Grand Prix. But as we all know, because of the COVID-19 pandemic that has rocked the world in many difficult and different ways, has kept that from happening. So for the first time since 1945, the Indy 500 is not taking place in May as it traditionally has. It has been postponed to August 23rd as of now, but I'm planning to go, assuming things don't get worse in this situation. Before I proceed any more with any racing news, with it today being Memorial Day, I like to pause in silence as homage to the many men and women throughout this country's history who put themselves on the line and have given their lives unselfishly and without fear to help make America free. We should also pay homage to those men and women who have given their lives unselfishly and unafraid to defend our privileges, rights, freedoms, and to keep our nation safe. So to people like my great-grandfather, my maternal grandfather, my step-grandfather, my brother-in-law, my cousin, and the many friends I know, and their friends and families, who have and still serves America in some military way or more. No amount of thanks is enough to show our gratitude. Thank you for keeping America safe and free. Once again, my gratitude to all who serve our country without fear and unselfishly. Thank you. Back to IndyCar news. We can say that with it being the 23rd of August that the Indy 500 is to take place, it's going to be a scorcher, but it's not going to sway me. And I did see the reprise of last year's Indy 500 race on NBC yesterday. Considering I was there, that's just as good. I learned some things that I didn't see in the original TV coverage as well, and for those of you who watched that, or didn't see last year's race and watched it yesterday, good that you're all caught up in that field at least, so bravo to Simon Pagenaud for your win. We'll see if Penske can maintain its dominating performance now that it's also bought the series, the track, and who knows what other plans he has in mind to improve this series. As for Formula One, we have no clue yet where Sebastian Vettel is going, even though he may be in talks with Red Bull, but it's highly unlikely that's going to happen, even though his 4 championships have come from Red Bull and none with Ferrari. With Carlos Sainz Jr. bound to replace him next year in Ferrari, and with Daniel Ricciardo going from Renault to McLaren, which is switching from Renault to Mercedes engines, the question is, who is going to replace Daniel Ricciardo at Renault? At this point, that's still in the air. To be Esteban Ocon's teammate. Austria still stands to be the first round of the F1 season in July. As for one of the latest IndyCar race cancellations, Richmond is the latest to join along with Toronto, which was supposed to take place mid-June, so out goes Richmond. It's a shame, because it was hoping to make a comeback after 10 years for the IndyCars. I was also hoping to go to that, but thanks to what's happening, it's not possible. But Indy, for sure. Hopefully, when this all clears, I'll be able to do both, assuming they're not too close to each other in terms of time, because, well, we all have our busy schedules and whatnot. In NASCAR news, which I usually don't follow, the Coca-Cola 600 took place last night behind closed doors. The winner, Brad Keselowski of the Penske Ford, and Jimmy Johnson would have finished second, except he got disqualified after a post-race tech inspection on his car. For what I don't know is I didn't watch the race. Now, as for Ferrari, the prospect of them coming to Indy cars in the future, sincerely hope it happens. I may have said in my last video that it would be metaphorically perfect for Scuderia Corsa to team up with them for their IndyCar program, because they also have a Ferrari in their sports car program in IMSA. But it would also make sense for them to go to Andretti Autosport as well, courtesy of the fact that Mario Andretti has done their share of giving Ferrari some victories in Formula One and sports cars back in the 70s and the late 60s, as far as I know. He may not have won his sole championship with Ferrari, but he's done his share of Ferrari wins in both sports car and F1, as I just said, one of the most notable being the 1970 12 Hours of Sebring. Imagine if Ferrari did go into Indy cars and approach Andretti Autosport. Andretti should just sign up for them. So that way, if Fernando Alonso wants to team up with Andretti, there'll be no strings attached and he'll be able to go right to them. Especially since Fernando Alonso's last F1 victory was with Ferrari in 2013 in Spain. Pretty fitting, wouldn't you say? Hear that, Fernando? You hear the drums, Fernando, as Abba would put it? See, if Ferrari becomes one with Andretti Autosport, go to them. There'll be nothing to hold you back, because Honda, if they were still with them, may say no because of what you did. But hey, did you say anything bad to Ferrari? I'm sure you didn't. Now that's an opportunity I like, especially being an Andretti Autosport fan. That's just a little biased on my part. But there you have it. And who knows what other teams Ferrari might approach if they go IndyCar racing, and I sincerely hope it opens up the doors for other racing manufacturers to follow, like Aston Martin, BMW, Jaguar, or even Volvo. Oh, wouldn't that make Ericsson and Rosenquist jump for joy? It's all sweet as Sweden. Until August, we have to wait for either someone who's already done so before or someone new to drink the milk in victory lane. But until then, stay tuned for June 6th, 7 p.m. on NBC. The first IndyCar round in Texas takes place. And get some Texas toast ready for the occasion, too. Will Penske maintain its dominant performance like it has? Or will the balance of success shift to someone else? That is Indy history to be decided when things clear up, which will also be held behind closed doors like Charlotte. See you until then. I'm Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders.